Notes 3.5, selecting procedures of derivatives. So in this note, there's not really anything new. It's just telling you, okay, what have we done so far? What are all the rules that we've learned for the derivative? Well, back in Unit 2, we learned about the power rule, then the constant rule, then the constant multiple. Remember, that's like if we had like 5x, the derivative of that would be 5. Okay, for constant, remember if we had like 5, the derivative of that would be 0. Okay. We had the sum and difference rule. We had the derivatives of the trig functions. We had how to find the derivatives of exponential functions, of log functions, the product, and the quotient rule. So remember, the product was f prime g plus fg prime, and the quotient was f prime g minus fg prime all over g squared. And then in this unit, we learned about the chain rule, implicit derivative, which means we take the derivative in respect to x or y. Inverse, how to take the derivative of an inverse function. And then inverse trig, how to take the derivative of an inverse of a trig function. So pretty much this little section of the notes, 3.5, is going to be mixed practice. Okay, so since there's not too much notes on this, I am going to do the first 2 practice problems with you. Okay, so number 1 says, if f of x is equal to x squared natural log x, then find f prime of x. Well, we know that this right here is the product rule. So I'm going to have to do f prime g plus fg prime. So I have 2x natural log of x plus x squared 1 over x. I took the derivative of each one, and now I'm going to see which one of these gives me a similar answer. Well, notice I can't really simplify 2x natural log of x, so that means it has to be in there. So it can't be this one, can't be this one, and the rest of them have the 2x natural log of x. But then looking at this is the same as saying x squared over x, which is just x. Okay, so that's how I know it's not this one, so the answer has to be E. Okay, and then number 2 says, if f and g are continuous functions such that f of g of x is equal to x for all x in their domain, and if f of a is equal to b and f prime of a is equal to c, which of the following has to be true? So just off of this right here, this is telling us that g is the inverse of f. Okay. So what we need to find is that g prime of b is going to be equal to the derivative of the inverse of f at b. Well, the derivative of the inverse of f at b is going to be 1 over f prime of the derivative of f at b. Okay. Well, based on the rules of inverse, we know that the derivative of f prime of b is going to be equal to 1 over the derivative of f at a, and we know that the derivative of f at a is equal to c, so the answer is 1 over c. Okay, so it's not those ones, that one or that one, and remember we started off with g prime of b, so our answer is C.